What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and we are finally in KVK1. The Diplo, after a few hours was agreed on, and we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about those numbers, kind of my predictions of who's gonna win in what zone. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's hard. It's hard to see what it is, but yeah. Anyways, guys, as some of you guys may know, we do have the Emirates drop for the merch that we have. I'll put that in the descriptions box of the video. So if you guys are interested in some Emirates merch or a Guns coffee cup, I'll put it in there. But all right, let's go ahead and switch over to the video. All right, we're gonna start off by reading this announcement, okay? So a few hours of tiring and roundabout Diplo. Here's the official matchup for this KVK. NTS, YSS, IMFS versus WB, NXW, Hunt/MFD. A little about the Diplo process. 3 matches were suggested. WB, YSS, Hunt, MFD versus NTS, NXW, and IMFS. WB, NXW, IMFS versus NTS, YSS, Hunt/MFD. WB, NXW, Hunt/MFD versus NTS, YSS, and IMFS. 225, which is us, lean towards option number 1 because everyone would get to play zone 2. However, it seems NTS and NXW didn't want this match. And in the end, everyone agreed on option number 3, guys, which is WB, NXW, Hunt/MFD versus NTS, YSS, and IMFS. Get ready for a battle in Zone 2 against NXW. They are a strong opponent with a high average deco level and consistent activity throughout the day. This will be a long and physically demanding battle. I think everyone is looking forward to this, so let's give it our all in Zone 2. I mean, guys, you guys know we underestimated NXW last time, okay? Me being one of them to a certain extent. I did say, however, if we don't show up, they will beat us. So, like, yeah, I underestimated them in the sense of I thought we were gonna win, but not like we're gonna roll them day one type sheesh, you know. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into some of the numbers here. Big shout out to Huskiki and the WAO team for their website on this. So on Team A over here, we got 249, which is WB, 225, which is us, 357, which is YSS. We have 77 and 572 with MFD and Hunt. 249, which is WB, and 375, which is NXW. I might have missed up MFD and Hunt, but yeah. Anyways, dominant team is Team B. Okay, gap percentage 3.2%. Gap level assignment is small, so Team A is in the blue, which is us. Okay, we're at 108 billion power, and they're at 112 billion power. So a 4 billion power difference from the camps. Okay, you can see the current power there for Team B and Team A. Or who like oh, this is a KVK prediction. Okay, this is a KVK prediction. It's predicting that Team A is gonna get more marriages, Team A is gonna get more kills, Team A is gonna heal more. All right. Advantage breakdown. Team B has 19 advantages. Okay, so going into player count, Team A, once again, like just for reference, which is us. We have 641 players, and Team B has 675 players. Interesting. Average power, we have 169 million to their 166. Yep, there's the current power, current merits, 280 to 246. As you guys can see, like, this is very, very similar in terms of player count and average power. So on paper, like, this is going to be, and I'll show you guys the map right now of where each team is at. Okay. Let me go ahead and load that up while we can here. 1 second. Load that up. Put that in the background. Oh my god. All right, give me 1 second, guys. But anyways, you guys see what the numbers of how close it is, right? So merit to power ratio, look at that, super close, 0.25 to 0.21. Average merits for the player, 436 to 364. All right, merit ceiling, the merit distribution also breaks down the faction distribution, right? Even on Spring Warden, almost even on League of Order, almost even on Wildeburg. Like, who made this matchup? You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this is so even. Let's go ahead and see here. Players over, like, between 100 to 110. They have more, pretty sure, because of MFD and Hunt, right? So they're essentially beating us in all the numbers from 130 to 140, and then 140 to 150 we get that side. Yeah, pretty much they have more players than we do, so they're kind of leading in on that. The big one here is, I would say, like even like the 160 is and above, right? A lot of them go in the favor of Team B there. All right, so that's a little bit of the numbers. As you guys can see there, the numbers are pretty good. But the only thing is that people are kind of speculating is, how are Hunt and MFD going to do at this level? How are they going to handle the Bastion fighting, especially with the new policies that there's in place now, with being able to take permanent deads? Now, let me tell you on that, I'm currently in at KBK right now where we had some Bastion fighting, and I did take some perma deads on my low spend account. And I think out of like the 150k infantry that I had there, I think only like 1 or 2k were perma dead. So like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's not, it's not the end of the world per se. So all right, let's go ahead and show you guys where each person stands. So on the top here, we have WB, MFD and Hunt on the left, NTS, YSS, IMFS, and NXW. So for our first match, guys, we are going to be fighting against NXW here. All right, because to our right is our allies, which is YSS. Let me tell you guys, this fight versus NXW is going to be insane. Like, I just know it, bro. I mean, when we played against NXW, they were at 24 billion. Now they're 32 billion, right? And now we are also 33 billion. And we cut out all our dead weight. At least we think we did, right? Every season, you never know. Like, every season there's a certain percentage, but on paper, like, it should be it's gonna be a bloody one. I wouldn't even be surprised, guys, if we're fighting in that zone against NXW just like last time, because we still have all like the crazy active players, like the core group of TFS. We lost some players throughout the seasons, but we've recruited more, and a lot of our core players are still here, and that's going to be absolutely wild. So versus NXW, it's a toss-up. I'll be honest, like, that one can go either way. Like, whoever ends up winning is gonna have access to be able to invade into the other zone, into the other player's zone. So depending on, like let's say if we win, then we get a chance to be able to potentially block out NXW here. But if they win, they get a chance to block us out. Okay, but if that happens, then 357, we have a free zone here, so they can help us. So there's, with them being able to help us, if that's the scenario, that's different, right? Same thing goes for their side, right? Hunt and MFD can also come here. Now, the only thing bad about this setup here, as you guys can see, on the right side we have YSS, and left side we have MFD and Hunt. So they're essentially going to farm all the way up until Dragon Zone or into the invasion zone, right? Because the past 4, you can invade through there, so they can probably build in here, get into the past 4 on this side, and be able to get it. Wait, or can they? Oh, I mean, they would have to build so far. I'd have to look at the map again. But anyways, left and right side don't get too good of fighting up until Dragon Zone, which is a long time. But look, that was the only way they had to do it, because if they did it any other way, People are risking someone getting locked out, right? Either NTS was going to get locked out, or MFD and Hunt were going to get locked out, or we were going to get locked out, right? So although it's going to be a little boring for YSS, MFD, and Hunt in the beginning, I do think it was the best decision. So big shout out to the leaders there for making that decision there. There is a lot of people that are like, we don't get to fight in zone 2. Like, what the hell? Like, bro, it's about having a good dragon zone like that. I mean, to me, that's the way I look at the game. Like, obviously, if you can set it to where you can have fights every zone, that's awesome. But if you're also risking potentially blocking people out, that's not a good shout there. Agreeing to not cut people out of dragon zone could be another thing too, but you know, that's a discussion for another day. Anyways, up here up top we got WB versus NTS. Like, that's gonna be crazy. I do think NTS has a chance of winning, but I mean, WB is a well-oiled machine, man. Like, NTS hasn't been at this power ever, so we don't know like how well they're gonna handle it, how good, you know, their recruitment was or whatever. But we know NTS to be a very active kingdom. WB is insane, so I think it's gonna be a crazy fight, but that might go in the favor of WB. But like I said, it can end up going either way. So that's kind of a little bit of our KVK and what we see there. Now, my predictions of who I do think we could win this. I do think we could win. Go ahead, clip it, save it, whatever. Make your memes, you little freaking trolls, right? Like, but I really do think we can win this. If we have the activity. I mean, WB's insane, NXW's insane. NXW's all they know is winning. All they know is winning for God knows how long, bro. Like, when was the last time these guys took an L? Like, it's been if they ever even took an L. You know what I mean? I don't even remember hearing about them losing. They've just been absolutely dominating since you know, they came up into KVK, you know, into the higher KVKs. MFD and Hunt, from what I hear, were very active last season. So if they show up with their numbers, that's going to be insane, right? NTS, WB, YSS, no need for explanation. Now the other eye is going to be on IMFS, right? IMFS, a freshly made group that we are. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on us to see how we're doing, how we're looking, how we're coordinating, how well we're meshing with 225, etc., etc. So I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Here are the rankings right now. For the trolls, you can see. Look at my rank. Yes, sir. I'm ranked 1,157. I don't know where, like, these guys got a lot of CP. I used a lot of my CP upgrading my infantry and also doing the little sentry posts for the arcane key. So I honestly wasn't really saving much. Then again, this here doesn't really matter too much. It's all about ends up being about the training, right? So, yeah, that's the situation there. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Who do you guys think is going to win? Also, I don't even know why I haven't even mentioned it, but Dark and Jason, or Jason agreeing to work with YSS. I got to say, guys, remember I told you guys, the future of IMFS relies on Jason and his relationships with other leaders and people within the alliance, right? Because, and he's already showing that. He's already, like, a Dark, his arch nemesis, he agreed to work with them. Like that, like, I gotta give it to you, Jay. I gotta give it to you. I'm proud of you. You put your ego aside, and also Dark put his ego aside. I mean, he's a war lead there, so it's not like he's an R5 or any. He probably does guide them a lot, but I mean, I would imagine, right? So big shout out to them for making those decisions that the community needs, guys. This is what we need. We as leaders, like, there's no need for personal grudges, right? like I said before on my live stream, unless someone says, like, starts trolling about my kids or my wife or anything like that, that's game over. You're dead to me, right? But if it's between me and you, like, whatever, bro. Let's do what we need to do to give our people a good KVK, and I think that's exactly what we're gonna see here in KVK 1, and I'm very excited for that to come. Also, one of the other heavy topics that we got to talk about is why didn't Milk or WAO make it? Okay, now a lot of people were like, "Oh, the devs screwed this one up." Da 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 da. I don't think so. I don't necessarily think so. Although it would have been nice to have WAO and Milk there, right? More of the top teams in the KVKs. That'd be cool. But the problem is that WAO and Milk have 140, 150 members, so like their numbers are a lot lower, and they're really high in power and very, very close to each other in power. So putting them in KVK2 to go up against each other is perfect, in my opinion. And then MFD and Hunt have, I believe, 257 players, so almost 100 more players than any of the other teams that would have went in there. So I don't think it's a terrible mistake. You know, I would have preferred a WAO or Milk in this KVK just for the sake of names, right? Because you guys know how it works in KVKs. It's about names and who's in them. That usually attracts even more hype, right? WAO, Milk, big communities behind them. MFD and Hunt. Hunt is on 22 billion, so they're kind of on the way up. So they're getting a little traction going. MFD, from what I last heard, Abda's like taking a break or something like that. But he had more than enough time to talk shit about TFS while he's on his break in the community Discord of Call of Dragons. I don't get my guy, bro. Abda, what are you doing, bro? Anyways, let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Who's taking this? Who's taking this dub, guys? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed this coverage, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Definitely helps me out a ton. Also, we're on the road to 10,000. Okay, 10,000 subscribers. Don't want to miss out on this KVK1 madness that's about to happen, okay? And you bet your ass I'm going to be streaming as much as possible, okay? So hit that sub button. Turn on the bell notification. Lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video. And check out that merch, guys. That's going directly towards the Paris trip. Future meetup that's probably going to happen. Nothing's confirmed yet, okay? So don't quote me on that. But they did say openly that they are looking for options for Europe, okay? So help your boy out. Everything's appreciated, guys. All right? Peace, y'all. Take it easy.